Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EGIKWmFrG456 game with Fiscused, Intel, and Giorgio 8282. So let's take a look at this first pile. I've got engineering apprentice. Oh, there's field watchman. He was hiding all the way on the right. Okay. Yeah. Field watchman. What do I want to wheel here? Spring worker or soil nutritionist? Spring worker is kind of perfect. Soil nutritionist is an okay second option. So looks okay. Spring worker is a bit of a funny one. Often you want to sow in stage 1, but I think with spring worker, if I want to use the round 5 sow bake, it's unlikely that you can bake at that time, so I'd be looking to sow there. So I think that's what I would be thinking in that situation. Oh, wow. Giorgio opened a pretty good pack. Blacksmith, Wolf, Synergizer. There's even Cow Mom in here. Man. Well, I'm not taking Synergizer. Its effect is too similar to Field Watchman, but it makes me kind of annoyed because it means Fiscus is getting third pick Synergizer. Yeah. I guess I'll take Wolf. Although Blacksmith lets me build the ovens a lot easier, which is quite nice. Yeah, you know what? With Blacksmith, I can build the clay oven with no stone. And so this means Fiscus, Intel are getting Wolf Synergizer 3rd and 4th, which is crazy. But I think Blacksmith is, you know, with Field Watchman, you don't always get on Reedstone food. So, yeah. Well, I like Resource Dealer quite a bit. Also, hey guys. I like Resource Dealer quite a bit, but the timing on it is a little awkward. It would be easier if I planned to build multiple wood rooms, but maybe I have time to play Field Watchman, then Resource Dealer, then Blacksmith. Then I only really need a 2 clay action to build the clay oven, and then of course, after I build my room, I can build the stone oven. Yeah, Resource Dealer. Just hope it's not too slow against the Synergizer. That's my fear. That's my fear, that it'll be too slow against the Synergizer. Field Watchman and Synergizer in the same draft. Yep. That's the world that I'm living in. So I think goal is, as usual, Field Watchman round 1. And I will try to plow 3 times in the first 4 rounds. But I think I'm likely not to sow. I would much rather play Spring Worker and use that. Now, if I'm going to play Spring Worker, of course I want to play Resource Dealer. And then I want to play Blacksmith. So that's 4 ox before I'm building a room. Also, it's 4 ox that I need food for, without having to eat raw grain, ideally. I guess we'll see what we get 5th. And we'll see what we get in round 1. Where we start will, whether we get Ock or not will matter. Whether Intel gets to play an Ock matters. This pile is pretty bad. Baker's Daughter, like, lets me not get blocked on the take 1 grain space, so that's something. But it's pretty weak. But the other cards are all quite bad for me, so. Yeah, at least I sit in front of them, yeah. We'll see, though. You never know. It's possible that it's intel. Like, it's possible that Fiscus has an amazing wolf card and takes the other one. I kind of surprised Tapestry Weaver's here. I don't remember what else was in the pile, though. I definitely thought Tapestry Weaver was not coming back. Happy to see Spring Worker, though. Definitely taking that card. I think I'm so unlikely to play Cowboy and Mother. Building and growing is going to be good for me, but I'll take it here anyways. I mean, I'm not going to have time for Parquet Setter. That's another card I would have to play before building a room, and it's way too much. Manual Labor is okay with Field Watchman, since I want to use usually use your first action for resources, second action for grain, and I could do that. But I have too many Ox to play. Yeah, there's no time for Parquet. Yeah. Maybe Cow Mom is playable if Family Growth flips in 7th and I look to be 4th in the growth queue. Then Cow Mom could be okay for a couple animals. I don't want any of these. I guess I'll take Cabinet Maker. Wow. What is it with me opening like multiple amazing cards? It feels like I open crap or I open multiple amazing cards. Okay. I mean, Bookshelf is an okay start play around 3 to make sure that I get to play a 4 Ox stage 1. Field Watchman, Resource Dealer, Spring Worker, Blacksmith. But the problem with that is that I have to take clay in there and I have to grain. Like, my whole stage 1, I would take no wood, basically. I would play 4 Ox, grain 3 times, and then take clay. So I have no time to take wood for Bookshelf. This is kind of the same issue with Guildhall. But Guildhall with Resource Dealer is a lot better. Like, I am planning to build the clay oven. I am planning to build the stone oven. The problem is I don't really have Ox I want to play with Guildhall. Oh, man. Like, my last 3 Ox I'm not planning to play, so Bookshelf is only ever triggering once, most likely. Maybe with Field Watchman, I give up on the grain efficiency and just go for crazy major improvement Guildhall nonsense. Take clay, multiple times in stage 1. I ultimately probably try for 4 clay, 3 clay in round 3. I'm actually not going to take bookshelf here. Like, a bookshelf is only going to... Like, I know it's possible that I'm handing the game to fiscused here, but it just doesn't do enough for me to take here. Okay, well, I don't really want to pass cured meat to the wolf, but it's not guaranteed to be good for me. Unless I use cow mom, maybe, and I get boar. I can turn those boar into points. Swan Lake is good. I could take Swan Lake here. Moor Pond is good. I mean, Clay Roof. The problem with Clay Roof is I want to use my clay. Like, I have Guild Hall and I want to build major improvements. I don't really need Clay Roof. I guess I'll take Swan Lake. Man. I am not getting any easy decisions here. Alright, Baguette, that's an easy decision. Rest of this pile is quite weak. Magic Beans, Cow Mom is a thing. But otherwise, nah, nothing really worth looking at. Expansion plans. So there was Business Tutor in the draft. So I'm a little... I guess whoever saw it expects it to wheel. I've had issues with... I've talked about gold mine enough times. There is that... plow when you go on day labor card. So that's a thing. Unlikely to have the wood for stables for horse barn, so I guess I take gold mine here. I don't think I can play expansion plans. It gives me, like, renovating would give me major improvement actions, but it just means that I'm not taking grain at all in the early game. Maybe this is a Cow Mom expansion plans game. I hope it's not. Like, I think I should be able to do better than that. Like, the big problem with making it a Cow Mom expansion plans game is that I'll want to be playing improvements when Cow Mom wants me to be taking wood to set up fencing. Like, that's the big issue with Cow Mom here, is that with my hand, with Guild Hall, with Resource Dealer, with Blacksmith, I really need to be hitting major improvements. And if I'm double renovating, you know, I'm not, my fencing will just come extremely late. And then the Cow Mom cattle are not worth anywhere near as much, especially since I didn't take the boar. But yeah, I could have had a very different draft here. This might be one to post and see, hey, what are you supposed to pick here? What are you supposed to pick? But yeah, that's kind of been the way it's gone for me, eh? Like, bookshelf and, like, this is the one hand. How many hands do I play? How many hands do I draft that I don't want bookshelf in? That I wouldn't immediately snap pick bookshelf? Unfortunately, this is one of them. Yeah, I'm not taking Clay Tablet, although I like it as a card. Take Cooked Pot, I suppose. Yeah, very difficult draft, I think. Clogs wheeled, that's kind of crazy. Am I getting to a stone house, though? It's not a guarantee. Animal feed should be good. Animal feed or reed nursery. I mean, clogs is good, but I already have a lot of ways to spend wood. You know, Guild Hall, Baguette, fencing, of course. potential joinery, even if it plays an Ock. And manure probably just comes online a little too late to be relevant. So reed nursery if I want to bake all my grain and then still have something to sow. But I think I'll take animal feed here. Home garden, I guess. Haven't really seen a reason. With animal feed, I could maybe take cattle market, but that's so marginal. Yeah, reed nursery with spring worker is a thing, but I'd much rather be sowing grain. And I have a feeling I'm not going to have excess reed. Like, you have to. You have to have a little excess reed or you have to be able to bank the reed, and I'm not sure that I'll have time to do that this game. Well, I mean, we don't mind a 3-wood start, so this is it's a bad one to be last in because Intel gets to play Synergizer round 1. And it means the clay oven is now... This is the 4th game in a row I've wanted to build the clay oven, and someone else is very likely to beat me to it. That's too bad. I'd be surprised if Flatter gets played. Clay Roof maybe. But, well, I mean, probably Clay Roof will get played. I don't know how much it'll actually do. I almost want to Ock Resource Dealer here, but I'll Field Watchman, because I don't really have a good start player with my second move. I don't want to play Baguette this early. Like, Guildhall would be okay. Guildhall Resource Dealer is a thing because, of course, I get the clay and wood off the top, so I only have to pay 1 clay, 1 wood. But then, you know, I have to do. I have to take clay and wood, and then I'm also not baking. Like I need stuff to bake, which is why I want to play Field Watchman. So. So Fiscus took Synergizer, but not Soil Nutritionist. I guess Soil Nutritionist was in my opening pack, right? Yeah, so it's not like Fiscus first picked something that made him want to plow a bunch for Synergizer or for Soil Nutritionist. But yeah, so Wolf is in Intel's hand. Well, I've got 2 ways to avoid baking. Baguette and Baker's Daughter, so maybe if we're all doing a heavy crop strategy, it'll end up being okay. Wolf for Intel. So Intel's going to have 2 grain fields early. Intel's going to take grain, O. and then it's gonna plow another field, get another 2 clay. Both the occupation spaces are taken. Man, if I take 2 clay and don't build the clay oven, it's incredibly bad. I have to 3 wood here. I need to get that clay oven. I need to get that baking improvement. The game is kind of hinges around it. So I have 1 grain. Is that enough? Is 1 grain enough? Do I now go all in on Guildhall, get that first clay oven? Go hard enough that I forgo potentially sowing or sowing much in round 5? Maybe. Hey, Fiscus throws a vegetable. Okay, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. Yeah, 2 clay is not really enough. But I also don't have the stuff to play Guildhall here, and my 1 grain action is occupied. Do I take food here? Or do I start player? Just to first move 4 clay. And then I play start player Guildhall. And then my goal is to occupation resource dealer first. Is it? Maybe I play resource dealer this round, and then I start player Guildhall in 4. Yeah, I could do it that way. Especially if Intel builds the fireplace here. If Intel builds the 2 clay fireplace, nope. Intel wants a hearth so that he can eat his boar. Don't think I need clay oven. I do not agree. This isn't a game where I'm sowing 3 grain in stage 1 and I can bake, 4 grain at a time with the hearth. This is I'm going to be sowing 1 grain, baking 1 grain, like the whole game, and it's going to take work to do even that. So I think it is kind of important here. So now I'm hoping that my round 4 is something like, well, the best case scenario would be Guildhall into clay oven. But Fiscus just start playered. Oh man. Being last in 3 out of the 4 rounds is not helping. Intel builds the cooking hearth. Okay, that makes things a lot better. So if I don't think Giorgio is going all in on the clay oven, that helps. Alright, first action plow. That's the kind of game we got going on here. Intel's taking 4 wood. I really, really, really hope Giorgio takes 4 food fishing. I hope Giorgio does that. I think it's a really good move for Giorgio. I think it very likely sets up... It could even set up start player into double build, although I'm planning to guild hall, so maybe that's not a good idea. I mean, Giorgio could... Giorgio doesn't have to build here. That's the first thing. I just really don't want him to build. Okay, play Scrounger. Okay, so he can double build. Okay, good. Yeah, that's worth giving up the good fish action for. And I'm gonna gamble that Intel's gonna sow. Giorgio, I'm gonna gamble that Giorgio will not take the 4 food traveling. Giorgio is the only person likely to major, minor, or traveling players, because we're gonna see Fiscus take the fish or Reedstone food or the reed to set up build, and we're gonna see Intel. Intel has no reason to traveling players or major improvement, as far as I can tell. Intel's gonna take the 2 reed if they're there. So I think this play is start player guild hall, deal a wood and a clay. And the endless struggle to get out of last continues. I might get 6 wood. If I get 6 wood, I could get 6 wood into Reedstone food or 3 reed. Oh, and I won't get 3 reed, but if I could get 6 wood into Reedstone food in 5, that would be pretty great. Actually, Intel did so. Yeah, so passing on the 2 reed. Important to be aware of. I have to take the 4 food traveling players. But at least I get 6 wood, so I don't mind that. Family growth flips. Oh man. Alright, 6 wood. And then second action, Reedstone food. I think my goal should be to take rain 1 more time and sow, because then I can baguette in the round 7 harvest. Although then Spring Worker is not doing anything in 8. Oh man. I really needed a different sequence of actions in stage 1. Yeah. Grain. Grain was blocked in stage 1, unfortunately. When I was last, and I really did not want to have to start player. Fiscused Reedstone food. Intel will take 3 reed. So that means I'm still stuck for getting my reed. No, Intel's gonna play Wheat Farmer. Okay, Intel's got Animal Pen or something. Or Straw Thatched Hut. or business tutor and is doing a reno strategy. All those are possible. Giorgio's trying to figure out if he can set up double build here, or how he swings double build, I'm sure. Thing is, after I build the room, I can sweep like 2 majors with 1 action, which is pretty nice. So I could grab both the ovens, for example, or an oven in the pottery. Giorgio's going to start player. Alright, I'll take the read here. So that Fiscus has to build. And then in round 6, I'll first action build, second action clay. I can clay oven, blacksmith, something else. Clay roof made it to Giorgio. Yeah, with soil nutritionists there, I'm surprised by that as well. I'm guessing maybe Intel has straw thatched hut. Might be something like that. Well, we get 6 wood. The problem is, I'm gonna have to pass 6 wood here. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I need to take 6 wood. Because with dealer I can double build. The problem is then I give up on building the clay oven in 6. And there's going to be multiple clay actions, and Fiscus is sitting there with Synergizer and a grain in his supply. Maybe Giorgio... No, Giorgio's going to family growth, and Intel just took 5 clay. Thought Intel took clay last round. Oh, he plowed. Ah, I see. He got the clay from the plow. Man, I gotta take 6 wood. I can't pass on 6 wood here. Now I'm really dependent on getting major minor first move in 7, or else this could all blow up. Intel sows, spends a clay to get an extra grain. So there's his 8 clay there, or his 8 grain there. That comes forever. Does an interior design do enough? I think it might do enough. Yeah. Especially if he gets the sheep. We don't know for sure that Intel is taking those sheep. And we also might see him... we might see him build a hearth first move. So 2 deep, deal the reed. Pottery. I feel like the pottery's not enough. He needs more than the pottery. If the sheep are still there, I think you go after the sheep. You hope that you can get the sheep. Because Intel's fed. And there's 6 wood and 7 clay potentially available. So depending on what Intel does, I think... And knowing, you know what? Knowing that Cowboy and Mother are out there, and also knowing that... although Cowboy and Mother could not have gotten to Intel, but also knowing that... the Stone, the expansion plans card... I think maybe you help. Oh, Intel's got Country Doctor. And Giorgio builds the fireplace here. Okay. So this is okay. So Intel has to now decide to first action start player, which means Giorgio could get the 4 sheep. And I fall a little bit farther in the growth queue. So I guess Fiscus must have passed Country Doctor, because I don't think you first move start player otherwise there. The thing is, Intel didn't really have time to start player without something that provided a miner, maybe. What a draft, yeah. Horse barn and engineer's apprentice, yeah. Intel goes for the wood. So Giorgio gets the 4 sheep here. And that seems like it's probably GG to Giorgio, but I mean, it's not over till it's over, but it seems likely. Yeah, I want to start player, but I starve if I do, so I'll build the clay oven here. So I deal a stone, bake my grain, and then I get to play an auk. I could play blacksmith here, but I can't afford anything else. Yeah, I can't afford the stone oven here. So this is maybe where I play spring worker, and then my next action is just 3 grain, or 1 grain. And I'll try to double... stuff later. Yeah, grain plow. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Fiscus does a sow action. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like their games were not dependent on a clay oven. Really feel like mine was. Or that was the higher upside, was that I could build a bunch of major improvements. Intel does have the animal pen, so I was right about that. There's 7 clay there. I hate that I'm giving Giorgio 7 clay when pottery, stone oven's available. I think I have to do this. Like, I really have to do this. Feed 4, sow start of round 8, and then I can bake the grain that comes off in round 9 with baguette. So Giorgio, 7 clay, 2 reed. Maybe 7 clay Reno. Giorgio's building the joinery here. This game is so strange. So very, very strange. I guess he just wanted to Reno, but I don't see any need to build the joinery there. I mean, the 7 clay is an obvious move with clay roof, because that's your room right there. Yeah, I would go for the pottery too, but I guess he wants to take 7 clay and turn it into a clay room and not have to take other clay. Yeah, joinery's expensive. Joinery's quite expensive. Maybe Giorgio is calculating that he doesn't need to take the clay here because Intel is forced to first action family growth, because if he doesn't, I will. Spent a wood for 3 food there. I mean, I think that's why you don't do that. Now he's playing Sculptor's Son. Okay, Sculptor's Son is a thing, but if you have Sculptor's Son, then you definitely spend the wood for 3 food. Intel's gonna family growth, play migrant workers. I didn't really expect anything otherwise. Alright, so I think what I do now is I can 3 stone and then double well stone oven. I think that's what I want to do here. Oh, what? There's 8 clay still? Wait, what? What? This 8 clay was not taken? I guess I'm building the pottery and something else. Oh, man. Oh, you know what? 8 clay's not enough for the pottery on its own. Unless I play blacksmith first. Yeah, Giorgio should have just built again. I don't get it at all. Intel will take the 3 stone here. Well, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't care about the stone oven, but I would expect 3 stone. Now he's going to fence. I officially do not understand anything that is happening in this game. I have no idea how to predict anything that's going to happen. This game is like too weird for me. This game is way too weird. I mean, Giorgio gets to build the well. That's good for him. I think a 3 clay fireplace in the pottery with 1 move here. Oh, bonus room. Intel's setting up bonus room. So I'll deal a clay, pay 2 clay. Hawk, blacksmith. Food for the blacksmith, deal a stone. So there's my 2 stone and then 2 clay. And then I play Baker's Daughter. Or, you know what? Cow Mom is a free animal here. If I think I'm going to want Baker's Daughter to be a bake action later. Getting unblockable access to grain is nice. But these guys both have all their grain already. So I'm going to play Cow Mom here as a free animal action. And you know what? If I'm getting the cattle here, I should consider a cooking hearth upgrade. I should have maybe cooking hearth instead of the 3 clay fireplace. Because then I don't have to bake my grain, and I can sow at the start of 10 without another grain action here. Although I think taking grain is fine. What do you mean by bonus room works? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it provides room. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, of course. I'm looking at Intel on 2 rooms and forgetting about Country Doctor. Thinking too much about my own woes. Gotta think more about the woes of the others. Intel takes the 2 boar. I wonder if he has Boar Lord or something. First picked Boar Lord, and then got Country Doctor, and then got Soil Nutritionist 3rd, and then Wolf 4th, and was like, why am I getting Wolf 4th? Actually, I need to know what Giorgio drafted as well. I need to know. Okay, so I bake a grain into 5 food. Or eat a cattle and get 1 food from somewhere else. I mean, it's possible I get a blacksmith trigger this round, but maybe not with all the stone improvements disappearing pretty quickly. I think I take a grain and plow a field here. That seems like a reasonably important action. I was thinking about how to swing like 4 reed or something like that, but nah, this seems better. We actually have to start getting ahead of on our crops. I can wait to see if I get a blacksmith trigger. If I get a blacksmith trigger, I'll eat a cattle. If I don't get a blacksmith trigger, I'll bake my grain. Oh, you know what? I can eat. I have the pottery. I did build the pottery. Okay, yeah, you know what? I don't bake here. I'll bake in the future. I'll eat a cattle and a clay. And then that even leaves me with one food behind to use for a smith. Basket Maker's Workshop. Whoops. The harvest. Looks like he paid 2 stones, so no blacksmith trigger for me. Interior designer is something you've already paid, right? Is that Tom Petty? I don't know. I don't know much Tom Petty. Jojo's not listening. Oh well. Eventually it'll be my turn, and then they have to listen when it's my turn and I stop the game. Be better if people just read chat. Yeah, so it's like, the thing is, it's like right beside this begin turn screen. So like when you begin turn, you should see my thing and like just be able to passively read it. Like, yeah, it's right here. So like there's like really no excuse not to read everything that goes into chat, but people don't do it. It drives me crazy. Clay got me back into the game. It actually did. It really did. Um, Okay, I can take 3 wood. Family growth is not threatened. I'm gonna play cook pot on family growth. Yeah, 3 wood. I want to get a vegetable before. I want to get a vegetable in an empty field before the start of round 10 because I want to spring work a vegetable in round 12. Or sorry, before the end of stage 4 so that I can spring work so a vegetable in round 12. I'll get my plow in here. Or is vegetable more contested? What's more contested, grain or vegetable? Not sure. Honestly, Reedstone food might get kind of contested towards the end of the game, but I'll take my vegetable here for safety's sake. I can do a cooking hearth upgrade at any time to get, but the well's still there. Actually, maybe I should go all in for the well next round if it's still there. I mean, if it's still there, I will. Fiscus is the only person who's looking like he can build it right now. And Fiscus is going to go up to stone, maybe? Like, rush up to stone? I don't know. This is weird stuff. Weird stuff. Yeah, Fiscus is renovating up to stone here. Oh no, building the stone oven, so not renovating to stone. Oh, this lets him build the stone oven out of turn. Oh, interesting. Interesting. He gets to do that without an action, and now we can play an occupation with bookshelf and trigger bookshelf. That's fun. Okay, yeah, Reedstone food is a great action, but I get family growth here, so that's good. Family growth, I'll blacksmith the cook pot. Gold mine is playable here for me because I have a lot of actions. The problem is that Intel will just start first move day labor every round. But maybe I'm okay with that. I don't know. It would help Intel a lot. I want to know what Intel's first pick was. I still don't think we've seen that. I think Fiscus knew about Country Doctor. I'm pretty sure I passed Wheat Farmer. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it was Country Doctor and then Wheat Farmer. Yeah, that's possible. So I think I first moved 3 stone next round with the intention of building the well. Of course, anyone, like, even if Giorgio Reedstone Foods here, you can build the well. It's probably a smart move for him to do as well. Yeah, Goldmine, with Scrounger in the game, Goldmine will make it a lot easier for everyone to get that one. Giorgio fencing 7. So we've had 2 players fence 7 this game, which doesn't happen all that often. Honestly, all those great resource actions have been like incredibly important for me. They've done so much work. So I just need one plow in round 11. So that's going to be a grain action, and then my other moves. I'd be interested in building building the well, um, and then taking wood, building the well, taking wood, and reedstone food. I probably want to reedstone food as much as possible, at least 3 times, because I want 3 reed for my 2 renos plus the reed for scrounger. So yeah, I want to reedstone food like 3 more times ideally, or play gold mine and get on day labor one of those times. Intel takes the wood or the stone. Yeah, so Intel probably building the the well, I would think. Yeah, so reedstone food's better than 2 stone, even though 2 stone lets me build the well. I'll reedstone food, and I'll strongly consider star player gold mine. After Intel has done his plow, he's at 5 plows already. Although maybe I should just take 3 wood here. 3 wood is kind of unremarkable. Intel hasn't renoed yet, so Intel would like to reedstone food and then reno well, I think. Because he needs efficiency, kind of needs to be kind of efficient on his actions with only 3 family members. It would be good for him to use it on Bassmaker's Workshop if he didn't. He converted a reed into 3 food with it. Fiscus plays Moor Pond. Yeah, Moor Pond is great. I passed so many good cards in this game. I passed so many good cards. Kind of frustrating how many good cards that I passed. So I know I'm going to take 1 grain. I'll take the 2 stone here. Let's see if Giorgio builds the well. Or sorry, Intel builds the well. We can see. Yeah, Intel builds the well. Yeah, I figured that was coming. Would have been nice to have built it, but it's okay. Giorgio's got Grocer. Excellent first pick. Excellent card. Take my grain here. Not sure what my last move is still. Yeah, Giorgio should be crushing. Yeah, I tend to agree.
Play-agricola.com.
Hey! Hey, Vincent. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Great to have you back for 2 months. Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for that. Glad you've been enjoying the stream. So I saved myself a wood by sowing here, but I kind of kill my efficiency on Spring Worker. I guess Spring Worker would then just be a bake action in 12. If I don't do that, what else am I doing? Not gonna play an Auk. I guess I could take 3 clay. But I don't really want 3 clay. I want better than 3 clay. Who else needs clay? Intel does not need clay. Giorgio might take clay to build another clay room. I'll take 1 cattle though here. Don't need to give the other players who have the ability to hold animals cattle. So I'll use a wood to bake a grain here. And then I feed 8. I won't eat a clay anymore. And then in round 12, sow and bake again. Yeah, the issue I'm having here, Montu, is I need a lot. I need wood. So I might not end up with very many animal points. My improvement score is good, but the issue is animals. Intel's got cured meat, yeah. Can't believe cured meat made it to the wolf. But it was in the same pile as Bookshelf and Guildhall and all that stuff. All that stuff. It did put some like kind of hand constructing restrictions on Fiscus, because Fiscus really wanted to use really wanted Bookshelf out after his 3rd Auk, and he also wanted to use Business Tutor to play 2 Auks. So that's like it's not pulling you in different directions, but it just like gives you some different constraints that you have to deal with. It's not necessarily pulling you in different directions. It could, theoretically. So guys, we kind of screwed our Dungeon Master last night. We really sort of screwed him over. He gave us the option of basically getting involved in like this seemingly eldritch horror cult that are like plotting the end of like not just the destruction of the world, but like the potential like destruction of the universe. And we were kind of like, 3 of us said no, but then one guy in our party was like, "Oh, this fits exactly with what what my character wants to be doing. Yes, I definitely want to do it." So yeah, it's like you can't really. It's gonna be difficult. We're making it very tough on him that he's gonna have to deal with one person in this cult and like one party member in the cult, and the rest of us not. Well, he's a barbarian who has spent lots of time like doing drugs and stuff to try to understand the nature of existence. So yeah, kind of fucking up the world is very appealing to him, I guess. And we were like, man, we just wanted to, and I was just like, man, I just wanted to get revenge on the high elves, not like wipe out all of existence, you know. Yeah. I think we had a clear out. Like, it was pretty clear that if we all said no, then we were gonna have to fight this cult leader, which we could have done. Like, that would have been fine. Like, and that would have been fun. But then we said three. Then the one guy was like, I want to say yes, and the rest of all said no. So then now it's like he was like, we were kind of like we were not. We would normally go like another hour longer, but he was like, all right, I think we have to stop there because I have to figure out how to handle this. So we'll see. Edible dealer, dusk worker. Yeah, Fiscus crafted a nice game. If he doesn't get edibles, though, it hurts him a bit. But yeah, bunch of stables, bunch of crops, bunch of fields already. So really, just needs to take animals. So I need to get 2 renos in. Intel seems interested in renovating as well. So I probably even need to do something like first move reno next round. Maybe Intel doesn't have the actions to reno. Not to reno and get points from not to get reno and get points from the scrounger. Yeah, so he was arguing like, well, warlocks. So the way warlocks work is they have a pact with a demon, and that everything the warlock does has to be in service to the demon as payment for getting these powers. So his argument was like, oh, those parties function, so I should be able to say yes here, and it doesn't like destroy the campaign. But I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not really interested in taking any animals here. I can't fence. So it looks like I'm taking another grain, plowing another field. And I will close off my house. Does not seem likely that I build another room. If I gold mine here, Intel immediately will day labor, right? There's no way anything else happens. Well, yeah. We'll see what happens. Put it up. Oh, we'll see what happens. I don't even really want plow sow here. Let's make sure I get my renos in. I don't even have to play gold mine here if I don't want. I can hold gold mine. Or I could just play animal feed. I mean, if animal feed's not worth points at the end of the game, then I've really screwed something up. Or else I could play cooking hearth, upgrade. Yeah, maybe this is what I do. Cooking hearth upgrade, fireplace goes back to the board, and then I get to play baker's daughter, and I get a bake action, bake another grain. I need to remove 4. Control artifacts. Thank you. I always forget about that. Intel start player, which is Dance Ground. So I'll take 3 wood fence, hopefully get, I mean the Parabora are gone. They're never coming back. 1 sheep is 2 points. If I could get 2 sheep, that would be better, because 2 sheep plus animal feed is a 3-point action. They only need to breed once for me, so yeah. Also, of course, I want to leave a resources behind for Scrounger. So yeah, maybe another Reedstone food action. Cured meat is so good. I don't know why it doesn't get taken higher. Well, I know I didn't get taken higher in this game because it was opened with Guild Hall and Bookshelf, but I think in general cured meat gets passed a little too much. Giorgio fenced? Okay, that's fine. I'll fence in the last round. And hopefully get the reed after. So I'll Reedstone food here to get myself the Scrounger points. Last move could be a 1-point vegetable, but maybe I should just play animal feed here. Because if I don't play animal feed here, I won't have 4 planted fields anymore. Yeah, animal feed. It's at least 1 point, and likely more. Likely 2 points. Actually, no, it's not. It's only 2 points if I get 2 sheep and hold them. Because the boar getting the second boar at the end of the game is not worth anything. But I mean, at least it's still 1 point. It's either 1 point. It's 1 point from cattle, whether I get another cattle or not. So, feed 8, harvest. Maybe I could have taken clay as well. That's an option also. Yeah. Animal feed could be a 2-point card. Might only be 1 point. Taking clay is 2 points. Maybe some food, although it doesn't look like I need the food. Spring Worker doesn't activate in 14, right? Last one's 12? Yeah. It'd actually be pretty good. You would play this even in Spring Worker you'd play even in 13 just to get a guaranteed bake action in 14. That would be useful for many games. So the 4 wood's a 2-point action. Actually, it's more than 2 points. Because fencing 11 is awkward. So yeah, the 4 wood is like a 3-point action, so I'll do that first. Over family growth even. Yeah. Yeah, no need for me to risk getting stuck on fencing. someone took 1 sheep last round. Yeah, so with all the negatives that I have, it's well, all the negatives, the 2 negatives that I will have, seems unlikely that I'll be able to win. I think I needed the well. Hard to say, though. Hard to say. $46 after fencing. Is that including my reno? I'll do a sow action. I have an unblockable 2-point sow action. So 4, 4, 4, 3, 15, 23, 35, 36, 38, 41, 43, 44, 45, 3 for scrounger, 48. Cattle 49, -2, 47, second cattle 48. I count myself at 48. My sow bake is unblockable. My clay, I have 2 clay actions. It doesn't really matter what they are. Maybe I should block sow bake here. Reno's safe, right? Yeah, Reno fence is totally safe. Alright, I'll block the sow bake action then. It's 2 points. Sure, I'll take 2 points. Yeah, like I'm looking at these farms with 4 stables on them and thinking, and all the animals, and I'm thinking they're in the 50s. I'm not winning this. I don't expect to. Like what do we got here? 8 and 15, 23, 27, 31, 34, 37, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Yeah, Giorgio's in like the mid-50s already. I'm not touching Giorgio. With 1 negative, so yeah. I guess he doesn't have the scrounger points locked up yet. Giorgio almost managed to throw this, but it doesn't look like he did. Looks like he probably got there. So whatever I score plus 5. It's like 50. Yeah, tough stage 1. Being last 3 out of the 4 rounds when I've got Synergizer and someone setting up a double wheat field was not fun. That was not fun. Meant that I couldn't just sit back and set up Field Watchman, and I had to push everything else way quicker. Intel announces 45. Fiscus looks like 40. Might be 51, 52. Fiscus says 50, so Fiscus and I tied. I win the tiebreaker because I started 4th in round 1. Round 5, 6 double family growth is hard to beat. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, really, it's good to be in the position where you're just setting up family growth when all your opponents are yucking around doing plowing and sowing in stage 1. Pretty good spot to be in. And the fact that Giorgio got the 4 sheep, that was GG. When Giorgio got the 4 sheep there. I'm gonna post this draft on the thread. 58. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna post this draft on the thread. We'll take a quick look at it now. I can't believe that the people, I can't believe that, we were all like screwing with each other too much. We were all screwing with each other way too much. But yeah. Oh man, I was like happy that I opened Engineering Apprentice, and then I see Field Watchman, and it's like, why do I have to open 2 like bomb first picks? It's either I get bomb, or I open 2 really good cards, like both 2 over 4 point something cards, or I open a whole bunch of like 3.2 and below. That's the way my luck's been recently. Why did Giorgio take over Synergizer? I guess I have to know that. Grocer over Synergizer. It makes sense. I don't know if I would have made the same choice, but yeah. Manure Shoveler following up Grocer seems wrong. Because Manure Shoveler gives you a bunch of crops, which you don't really need. But took Haberdasher. Not a good game to do just attempt some random baking. Yeah, I could have set up for Cowboy and Mother, but that's never winning this game. Giorgio didn't get past Grocer. He first picked it. Yeah, I mean, round 5 Family Growth, it was never going to be a Cow Mom game. I feel like this was a hard pick. I'm not sure if Guildhall was right. I'm not sure if Guildhall was right. Okay, guys. That's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I'm taking the next 2 days off. I might stream Sunday in the evening. Honestly, it depends how tired I am. If not, I'm planning to go for 2 in Monday next week. So if I don't stream on Sunday, I'll be back streaming a bunch on Monday. So we'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.